All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. The first game's out of the way. Time to buckle down for the long season ahead, and we're off in Week 2.
Play action.
It's Ryan. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man. Complete. And an alley to run. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Julio Jones. His first touchdown of the new season as his guys were able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
That's a pretty darn good start to his season, huh? A sack in the opener, adds a second one here. That tells you about his offseason. He came in determined to have a big year, and it's paying off.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Dancing to his left. Only able to get back a yard for his efforts, and that leads us to 4th down.
And, partner, I would guess that in his headset he was hearing from his coach, it's 3rd down, don't take a sack. And in this case, he's able to avoid the pressure and get out of there. He doesn't get the first down, but he does turn a possible loss into positive yardage.
A very good return there. Even 20 yards. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already.
Ready, blue 80, 25. You can't block me. You can't block me. Get up.
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They run. It's Gurley. About 3 yards there to the 27.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Don't say so.
From the 27, Ryan. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
They got to get to the 20 to keep the drive alive on third down.
22. Switch. Check nine.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he'll find Hall. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Down. Ready. 280. Hey, express.
On first down, it's Gurley. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Of course, remember last week, week number 1, quite the opener for him. NFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he does not want to be a flash in the pan. He wants to have that type of a game each and every week. Let's see if he can get a second award in week 2 of the season.
Trying to run inside, but nothing there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is, and really a lot of the time they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler, his second sack of the night. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
You draw forfeit. Check 13. Check 13. 25. Check 25. Check 25.
He'll drop to throw. And his throw is incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and it's third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
He'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Here's Michael Pilardi now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Jones on the return. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Ready, blue 80. Blue 80.
On first down, Ryan. Johnson's got it complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Right about 20 yards on the pickup. Officially, they'll say it's going to go for 19. Ryan now already over 100 yards passing in just this first quarter. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. Letting one go deep for the end zone. And that will be taken in by Ridley for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan, his second touchdown pass of this opening quarter. And the Falcons push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that could be important as that makes this a 16-point lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down. How big.
Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. And just one tick to go, so this will obviously be the final play of this first quarter. After the interception, here's Ryan. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Back now in Atlanta's second quarter action, the Falcons with the football, as they've got it with a second down coming up. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. They try right side here. Gurley. They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on third down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Check three.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Stay with your man.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tack McKinley in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline.
Let's go.
At the 47-yard line.
80. Hey, express, blue 80. Watch the run, watch the run. 5, 25,
Now Ryan on first down. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. It's caught at the 10. An explosive 38-yard pickup.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there.
Alert 3. Check. 22.
From the shotgun, Ryan to the end zone, but it's incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
To throw is Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've got to run out of your running plays, fire another one.
And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan now 3 first-half touchdown passes. And the Falcons push further out in front. This offense certainly looking a lot more comfortable here at home. They lost last week in the opener on the road, but there's something about that home opener makes you feel more settled.
Yeah, I wish we could quantify it, too, because you're playing the same game. The field's the same, size. We know all of that. But being at home, sometimes when you do things well, you get that extra push from your home fans, and it elevates your game.
And in the driver's seat right now. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
Take your time. First half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're the play caller, you're going to that portion of the sheet that says big-time plays, specials, anything you can use to get yourself back into it.
Mike 5-4.
2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Fowler bringing the pressure yet again. That's his 3rd sack here tonight. That's number 4. Sack number 4. They had 4 last week, so he's been down on the ground a lot.
Partner, they say the eye in the sky does not lie. And that's indeed the case because they watched the game tape from the previous week, incorporated it into their own defensive scheme.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Grady Jarrett making his presence felt. He gets the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go.
Now the defense loses him. It's complete. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Matt Ryan connecting on his 4th touchdown pass of the ball game as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher...
C.J. Anderson, 20, 10, touchdown, Carolina. C.J. Anderson, 77 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point up and through, and that will get them one closer. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One-play drive, long pass. Maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one-play drive's exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. This pass into the hands of the running back, Todd Gurley. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for third down. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And he gets this one to Ridley, complete. They've now produced 3-yard gains on 3 straight plays. Leads us to fourth down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first.
And that's what friends are for.
Right. As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turn it over there, that's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the 8-yard line.
It's 2nd and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. On the toss, it's Gurley. He juked him. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
We got 3, fellas, we got 3. Gun. Ringo. Check 26, check 26.
They'll try and push it in with Gurley. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Todd Gurley, as the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to pour it on. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down.
Under 10, under 10, 10. Check 37, check 37. Hey, Charlie. Step.
2nd and 5. He's going to look deep for more. And that'll be incomplete with just 6 seconds left on the clock.
Incomplete. Intended for DJ Moore. It's 3rd down. And 5 yards to go.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
Y'all playing the wrong. Look at me. Zipper. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6. Shoot.
They'll throw now on the final play. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because
defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore, 76 yards. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And oh, it's no good on the PAT, so they can't add on here. And our score is going to stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Again they run with Gurley. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready, blue 80, black 25. Got you, boy. I got you, boy.
They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Being chased out left. Now he's going to go up top over the middle. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Eric Reed, the former LSU Tiger, making the play on the defensive side. Well, that's a perfect example of how he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's game. He is just all around the football right now, isn't he?
That he is, and it's funny because I talked with the coaching staff about drills that they do in practice, and one of them is called matching hands. And as soon as that hand is launched by the quarterback, you throw up the opposite hand and match that hand with the QB, and oftentimes you're able to knock it away, as we just saw there.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43. He can really smell 800 catches right now, because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. He's going to fight. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Falcons. Austin Seferian-Jenkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust? Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. He got 29 yards that time.
A gain of 29 yards. First down, Carolina.
Ready. Block 52. 52's the mic. You're not ready. You're not ready. Hey, wahoo! Fight.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. A gain of 6 there on first.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Ready, go. 52. Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up. Slam. Check three.
2nd and 4. They'll let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Check. X3. 218, chop. Go.
They're going to look to throw. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
Yeah, he certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
He'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Well, that gives them a little room, but not much. A gain of 2 to the 5. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. I don't think you got it, son. Mike's 5-4. Hey, echo. Mike's 5-4. Ready to go.
Operating from the gun. Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Following the penalty, it's Gurley. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards is the pickup, good for a 1st down for the Falcons. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll throw it with Ryan. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a 1st down.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
Go!
It was Eric Reed in on the stop. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd and 7, Ryan. And his throw here's incomplete. Duke Johnson, the one he was looking for. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 7. Now Ryan. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 26. Ryan now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time. And it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. 21. 96 is coming. We got Mike 96.
Throwing again. Ryan. this throw is going to be incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, and it's third down.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. That has to feel like a very unsatisfying drive, right? You move the ball all that way, and then you can't convert on third down.
But it was satisfying up until that point. Almost like a great movie, and then the film cuts out before the big ending.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the fourth.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Let's go. Ready.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him. All right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3.
Ready.
Again, Anderson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
All day, every day.
They run. Anderson. The tackle made there by Tack McKinley.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on first down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
I don't even know why this team showed up. Hey, high 7. 45, Mike, 45. You're out. Check it out.
2nd and 9 now. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
They'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. Now back to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Kill, turn up. Hey, Foxtrot. Check, watch 54. Check pass. Hit it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it's intercepted at the goal line. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
And when do they start thinking about burning these timeouts? They've got all three still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Here's Ryan Quigley now as he'll kick it away for the second time. That's taken on the 25. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling.
This is caught inside the 15. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line.
At their own 37-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When you go to the backup, let him get some time.
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And he finds Safarian Jenkins. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Well, I'm sure he likes his performance a little bit better than last week. He had the 3 interceptions here, none in the fourth quarter, and he's got his guys in front.
Guaranteed he put in a tremendous amount of work this week, but maybe the matchup is just better for him. Sometimes it just doesn't work out. It's almost like those golfers. Certain courses fit their eye, and they like what they see, and other courses, as soon as they tee it up, they know they have no shot. Maybe that's the difference for him. Last week, no. This week, a big yes.
Check, check, watch 54, watch 54. Double dog, that's the way. 51, Sam!
Another carry now for Gurley. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Ready, 280, 525. Y'all not ready. Base. Right there, 54.
Now they'll toss to Gurley left. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
A gain of 2 on the play. brings up 4th and
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that.